Just had a job come in. This is going to be part of Curt'S shop jobs. But this job came in here just recently, and it involves this piece of steel pipe, and we need to put in this thing right here. I'm not sure what it's used for. It's a spacer of some sort or a holder, but we need to put it in the end of this piece of pipe. It needs to fit in there, not real tight but snugly, but they need to be able to get it out of there if they need to. And they also need a set screw put in that's going to follow these contours right here. So we're going to get started with that. Using the 4-jaw today, so let's get that indicated in. Gonna have to change a few things around here. So first thing we're going to figure out is how big the OD is on this particular piece of metal, and it looks like it's sitting right at 2.5 inches. So we're going to need to get the jaws 2.5 inches apart. But I lost my chuck key. Where did my chuck key go? Okay. I don't see it anywhere here. I'll bring you back when I find my chuck key. Okay, found the chuck key, so let's get started. 2.5 inches. Okay. We are sitting at about 1 inch right now. Let's go to 2.5. Each one of these is going to have to go about 0.75 inches out. So we'll use you 0.75, which puts you right about there. Okay, we're going to have to crank you out to 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches, which would be right about there. I'm also checking the shoulders to see where they are in relation to each other, and I've seen that the shoulders are a long way off from each other. So I'm going to back this one out a little bit, and I'm going to crank, yeah, I guess it was pretty close. Yeah, this one has to come in a little bit, right about there. And this one has, I found out if you don't get these pretty close, you're so far off on your indicator that you get kind of confused where you're at. I mean, that's the way it happened with me. Yeah, this one's going to come up quite a ways. 1.75. The jaws are in correlation to this line right here. That's 2.5 right there. And the ways want to come out. We'll leave him there, and we'll bring this a little bit further. This is the, I think probably for me, this is what takes the most time, is doing this right here. Now let's see if it fits now. turn it on, see how close we are. I guess I gotta plug it in first. Yeah, we're off a little ways. Indicator here and give it a try. Turn that off till we get this indicated. Jaw 2 is running low, as is jaw 3. Jaw 4 is running real, is running high. Okay. 4 is high in relation to 4. Okay, so we'll loosen 2 a little bit. Lost the place here. Tighten 4. 4 is sitting there. And there's 2 sitting. Well, we're getting pretty close. Make sure to loosen 2 a little bit. Close to 80 we are. I am not the world's fastest indicator. Okay, they're looking good. Let's see the 3 guys. These running low. One's running high. Like Adam says, tighten your highs, loosen your lows. Can't state it any better. We need to tighten one a little bit more. About there. What's 3 doing now? Okay, 3's running a little bit high. One. about 3/1000. I'm going to see if I can get any more out of it here. 4's there. 1 is running high, so 2 is running high. So we're going to have to loosen 4 and tighten 2. Couldn't do it any better if I tried. First thing we're going to do is we're going to face this off, this part off, and then I'm going to put a chamfer on the outside, and then we're going to start boring it. Of course, I'm going to use my favorite facing tool here, VCGT, I think is what they call it. So. Set. I'm going to have to speed this up a little bit, put this in reverse, just the way it is. Okay. Kind of a funky boring bar that I just recently purchased. It's got this kind of interesting looking insert in there. If you burn out one edge, it's got another edge in there. But anyway, it's the first time I've actually bought a boring bar of this style, and it's the first time I'm going to try it. So I've determined that this, in fact, I'm going to go get me a better caliper. The digital ones I have, I'm not real impressed with them right now. Keep getting different readings. So I got an RCBS dial caliper, as you can see. Beautiful, beautiful. Never used dial caliper. I'm figuring it's probably about 35, 40 years old. And it reads right on the money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this diameter here, because this has to fit in there. So what I'm getting is 1 inch, 1.810. So that's the diameter of the piece that has to go in. The diameter of the inside of this one, I figured we're going to need to take off 73 thousandths, but I'm going to recheck it here. Check the inside diameter. Not the most accurate way to do it, I do admit. And it is 1.724. So that would be 76 thousandths that I have to take off. So we're pretty darn close to what I originally thought. So let's get this boring bar in here and get the show on the road. I'm going to have to get an approximation of the depth on this so that I don't overshoot it. A little mark of some sort on this, on my boring bar. As we get it into place. Okay. Well, that's awful low. We're going to have to get him up a little bit higher than that. So, let's loosen this puppy up. Get him up as high as we can. Well, that's looking pretty good right there. So we'll lock it down. Okay, the depth of this, what they want the depth to be is right below where that chamfer is. They want that chamfer to be sticking out. So the depth of this part is 1.128, and if you deduct the chamfer is about 28 thousandths. So 1.128, so be basically 1 inch. Okay. So that is no 1.1 inches. Yes, it's 28 thousandths shy of that. The chamfer is 28 thousandths. 1.1 inches I need to go in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this at 1 inch. Leave myself a little bit of room. I love these old school calipers. It's pretty amazing. Find something to scratch and mark out with. Yeah, that's not going to work. Well, maybe it will. Let's see what we got here. Get down in there and get a measurement on that part. To get a scratch mark on that really, really hard material. Yeah. Let me see if the blue will show up on there. Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does. Okay. Show on the road here, folks. Okay, we're at 1.75654. That leaves us with about 56,000 shipped to go. Just keep doing it till we get there. A lot of wire. 7. Okay, what we're working on now is the total depth, which is 1.11. And so, I've got that marked off on the indicator. Roughly about the top of this thing, so give it a try. That's all we want to do is get it out of there. Come on. That is one tight fit. And we will be back when I get it out of there.